Dover Amateur Radio Club Rally is taking place today, the 24th of March, at St. Radegund Community Centre, Holton Close, Dover, Charlie Tango 17, Zero Hotel, Lima. The doors are open from 10 AM to 2 PM and the entrance fee is £3. Tables cost £15 each with a maximum of 2 tables per vendor. For more information, visit their website, which is Delta Alpha Romeo Charlie .online/rally. The Ripon Rally is also taking place today, the 24th. The venue is the Great Oosebourne Village Hall, Lightmire Lane, Great Oosebourne, York, Yankee Oscar 269 Radio Lima. Lots of parking is available adjacent to the venue. Traders are welcome from 7 AM and tables cost £10 each. The doors are open for visitors from 10 AM and entrance is £3 per person. Visit radars-g4sjm.club for more information. Holsworthy Spring Rally will be held on Sunday the 7th of April at Holsworthy Livestock Market, Holsworth in Devon. The doors open to traders from 8 AM and to the public from 10 AM. Wheelchair access, catering and free parking will be available, and for more information email Mike0OscarMikeCharlie at Mike0OscarMikeCharlie.co.uk. Dunstable Downs Radio Club boot sale was due to be held in May. It's now been postponed until the 30th of June due to the site being used by BBC Radio 1's big weekend music festival. Updates will be posted to the Dunstable Down Radio Club's Facebook page, and reminder emails will be sent out closer to the time. To add yourself to the list, visit Delta Romeo Charlie Boot Sale, that's all one word, .org, and sign up for email reminders. Now the special event news. Celebrating the 95th anniversary of the first Amateur Radio Association in Ramonia's Arad County, a series of special call signs, including Yankee Romeo 95 Alpha Romeo, will be active until the 31st of May. The event is being organised by Radio Club Admira, Yankee Oscar 2 Kilo Bravo Quebec, which is the successor of the club that was established almost a century ago. See QRZ.com for more information. Christian Echo 5 Charlie November is active as Oscar Echo 24 Bravo India until the 30th of June from the city of Badissil, one of the European capitals of culture for 2024. All QSLs will be confirmed automatically by the Bureau and Logbook of the World. Recently, the station was heard on the HF bands using FT8. Now the DX news. Gerard, Fox 5 November Victor Fox. Luke, Fox 5 Romeo Alpha Victor. And Abdel, Mike 0 November Papa Tango, are active as Tango Yankee 5 Charlie from Cotonou, Benin, until the 29th of March. They are operating CW, SSB and FT8 on various bands, including 6 meters, and will be QRV by the QO100 satellite. QSL directly to Foxtrot 5 Romeo Alpha Victor, or via Logbook of the World. Peter Delta Charlie of 0 Kilo is active as 4 Sierra 7 Kilo Golf from Sri Lanka, Iota Alpha Sierra 003 until the 30th of March. He operates FT8, FT4, RTTY, and sometimes CW on the 20 to 6 meter bands. QSL via Logbook of the World, Bob Logs OQRS, or directly to his home port. Now the contest news. On Tuesday the 26th, the SHF Super High Frequency UK Activity Contest runs from 1930 to 2230 UTC, using all modes of the 2.3 to 10 GHz frequencies. The exchange's signal report, serial number, and locator. On Wednesday the 27th, the UK and Ireland Club Contest runs from 2000 to 2100 UTC. Using CW on the 80 meter band, the exchange is your 6-character locator. On Thursday the 28th, the 80 meter Club Championship Contest runs from 2000 to 2130 UTC. Using SSB on the 80 meter band, the exchange's signal report and serial number. The CQ Worldwide WPX SSB contest starts at 00 UTC on Saturday the 30th of March and ends at 23:59 on Sunday the 31st of March. Using SSB on the 160 to 10 meter bands where contests are permitted, the exchange's signal report and serial number. Now the radio propagation report compiled by Golf 0 Kilo Yankee Alpha, Golf 3 Yankee Lima Alpha, and Golf 4 Bravo Alpha Oscar on Thursday the 21st of March 2024. As we said last week, what a difference a month makes. Only in this case, what a difference a week makes. On Friday the 15th, the Solar Flux Index, or SFI, was at 129, and the sun did not look very spotty at all. This week it's all changed. On Thursday the 21st, the Solar Flux Index stood at 176, with 7 active regions visible. For HF propagation forecast, the golden rule is to use smooth sunspot numbers, or SSN for short, rather than a daily figure, that is, sunspot numbers averaged over the past 12 months. The current SSN is 129, which equates to a solar flex index of about 144. Perhaps the daily figure of 176 has the psychological effect of giving us confidence that the bands will be open. A moderately strong M7.4 solar flare was observed around active region 3615 at 0736 UTC on the 20th of March. The region continues to rotate in a better Earth-facing position and will remain a threat for additional solar flares above the M5 threshold. If a flare leads to a coronal mass ejection, or CME, we could expect a disturbed ionosphere roughly 48 hours later, depending on the solar wind speed. Excuse me. Also, a large coronal hole on the solar equator became Earth-facing on Thursday the 21st. A coronal hole is a low-energy area on the Sun with open magnetic field lines that let solar plasma escape. This may lead to a geomagnetic disruption this weekend, ending today the 24th, with increased KP numbers and a lowering of the maximum usable frequency. Next week, NOAA predicts that the SFI will be in the 155 to 165 range. Geomagnetic conditions are hard to predict due to coronal hole effects and CMEs, but NOAA puts the KP figure at 2 to 3. If we get a CME, this could easily rise to 5 or more. Finally, we're now at the equinox, which means that the auroras are more likely to be due to the Russell-McFerran effect. The equinox is also a good time for north-south HF paths. Also note that the HF bands are staying open for longer, with the 4 United, 1 United Nation beacon in New York, the Yankee Victor 5 Bravo beacon in Venezuela, and 4 X-Ray 6 Tango Uniform beacon in Israel, audible on 14.100 megahertz around 2230 UTC last week. And now for the VHF and propagation news from Golf 3 Yankee Lima Alpha and Golf 4 Bravo Alpha Oscar. It's not good news for weather-related propagation, with a total absence of high pressure on the charts again, and a resulting lack of tropo for the majority of the coming week. But tropo is not the only mode to be affected by the weather. Rain scatter is too. There has been a player quite often recently, and as we move into the spring, the characteristic April showers can be very useful for rain scatter. Their effectiveness is related to the 6th power of the raindrop diameter, so the larger drops in heavier April showers can be increasingly valuable on the gigahertz bands. Any good line-on weather radar displays are available to allow you to track them for maximum benefit. Other promising mentions should go to aurora, which, as we said earlier, can be more likely around this time of the year when the Earth's magnetic field is more favorably coupled to the solar wind. Meteor scatter is a lesser option and rests with random chance activity, as we're still some way off from any major meteor showers. Sporadic and related trans-equatorial propagation, or TEP in the shorter term, during the next month or so will soon be a major player. For TEP between Europe and Southern Africa, check clusters around the middle part of the day. Although usually favouring stations in Southern Europe, it can occasionally turn up for UK operators, particularly for those located in the southern half of the country. As for sporadic E, the new season is starting to wake up, so the usual maximum of checking clusters is the best advice, starting with the 10-meter band and working up to the 6-meter band. The traditional morning and late afternoon windows are less reliable in early season events, so just check anyway if you are in the shack. For EME operators, moon declination is still positive, but going negative again this coming Monday. Path losses are at their maximum due to an apogee on Saturday the 23rd. 144 megahertz sky noise is low, but rising to moderate by the end of the coming week, reaching more than 1000 Kelvin on Sunday the 31st. And that's all from the propagation team this week. This is GB2RS from amateur radio station Golf 7 Lima Hotel Kilo, located in Sutton Coldfield, West Midlands. That ends this week's GB2RS news broadcast, brought to you by Troy G7LHK. It is compiled by the Radio Society of Great Britain, who represents amateur radio and radio amateurs within the United Kingdom and internationally. News items for GB2RS, Radcom magazine and the RSGB website should be sent to the editorial team as far in advance as possible by email to radcom@rsgb.org.uk. The deadline, as always, is 10 a.m. on Thursdays, apart from this time round. The RSGB retains the copyright over the material transmitted. The information about amateur radio can be found at our website, rsgb.org. The full schedule of GB2RS broadcasts can be downloaded from rsgb.org/GB2RS schedule. GB2RS is not licensed for two-way communication, but calls will be welcomed after close down under the call sign Golf 7 Lima Hotel Kilo. So, until next Sunday, best 7-3 and have a good week from the GB2RS news team. GB2RS is now closed down. This is Golf 7 Lima Hotel Kilo. I will put it back to Delta Juliet 2 X-Ray Bravo, Gunter in Germany. Over to you, Gunter.
Okay, G7 Lima Hotel Kilo DJ 2 X-Ray Bravo. Fine, Troy. Excellent reading. Excellent. And so you haven't lost a single word. You started with a 5 and 9, and after 12 minutes, the signal came up to a 5-9 plus 10. So excellent, and well, it couldn't be better. I say, fine. I take the opportunity and say 7-3 to everyone on frequency, and let's hope for better conditions next week. So, Steve gave us told us why this happened. So it's something to do with sun influence of the sun, of the propagation. Fine, Troy. That was a long over. G7 Lima Hotel Kilo. Thank you again, and take care. That's DJ 2 X-Ray Bravo.
Yeah, DJ 2 X-Ray Bravo. Many thanks this morning, Gunter, for taking the helm there. It's been a rather awkward morning this morning, but once again, thanks for your input. And if you could just relay to everybody that the broadcast did go eventually, and I don't know whether Steve was recording it on Hat Green or anybody else managed to hear it in the UK, but many thanks and have a great Sunday there, Gunter. DJ 2 X-Ray Bravo, G7LHK.
Okay, Troy, but I think the one or the other will be able to give you a report. I heard Ollie already, so Ollie may have heard you. I put the mic over to Ollie, and then you may take over again. Make sure all right.
Whiskey Golf Alpha. LHK. Troy, I heard the last 3 minutes of your transmission. The last 3 minutes, QSL.
Okay, Troy. So Ollie said he heard the last 3 minutes of the broadcast. Did you get that, Troy?
Didn't hear anything from Ollie at all, Gunter, but yes, got the last 3 minutes of my broadcast. Okay, well, hopefully somebody heard it on one of the SDRs, so it's just a shame that it's happened like this morning, but we can't predict the solar flux index, can we? Well, we can try, but the weather conditions are always going to be a major part of it. All the very best, Gunter. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. I'm not going to stick around because I can't hear anyone in the UK whatsoever. But many thanks for your help this morning. All the best to you, Elizabeth and Peter. Golf 7 Lima Hotel Kilo.
2 Echo 0 Whiskey Golf Alpha. Troy, do you hear me?
Well, a few stations called in, Troy, but as far as I know, Troy is not able to copy one or the other station, so even Ollie, he couldn't hear. So fine, once again, thank you for reading, Troy. That was a good decision to read, and well, even if conditions are very, very poor for that. So 7-3 to you, and 7-3 to everyone on frequency. I will be listening, and well, just listening before going to RT. That's DJ 2 X-Ray Bravo.
Yeah, Gunter, you're still 5-9++ with me. And I can just hear Troy in the noise now as well, and I could hear Ollie just now. So the conditions are changing, but very, very slowly and very, very minorly, if you like. But I did hear Ollie, and you're still 20 over 9, my friend.
You're also 20 over, but, well, the one or the other will call you, and I will be in the listening mode for a short while. G6ASK, DJ 2 X-Ray Bravo, 20 over 9, John.
Yeah, okie dokie. No worries. Okay, no worries. So I can only just hear Troy, but I can hear Ollie. I'm just wondering if Ollie can hear me. M0OLY, G6ASK.
With 5 dB over 9.
Yeah, still 0.9 on Spain and we're up for
standing by. 5 dB over 9 there.
Hi, Bob.
M0.
Yeah, okay, take care, stay safe, thank you.
Are you talking to me, Ollie?
Well, I'm talking to myself, mate. I hope you get me okay there. How are you?
Yeah, you're 5 and 9, mate. 5 and 9, Ollie, with me this morning. Now, I couldn't hear a thing from you this morning, first thing, but you're 5 and 9 with me now. I still can't hear Troy, though. He's just there in the noise. But that's about it. But you're peaking S9.
I should think you can hear Ralph up near Fraserburgh. Victor Oscar Kilo, if he's still on the side there. Give Ralph a shout there, John. And bye-bye, Goodyear and Elizabeth.
Yeah, okay, mate. Yeah, I could hear Ralph earlier on. He was 5 and 9. No problem at all. He was the only one I could hear aside from Gunter. So the conditions are really, really poor this morning. So poor old Troy, I didn't hear a word of the news. But there we go. I don't know if Ralph can hear me. M0VOK, G6ASK.
G6ASK, MM0VOK returning. Very good morning, John. You're 5 and 9 plus 10 with me at the moment, no problem at all, and you were good strong before, you were 5, 6, 5, 7, so not a problem. I heard every word of what Troy spoke. He was 5 and 8 solid the whole way through, with a little bit of QSP about midway, but and then he came up with 5 and 9 at the very end, but I'd give him 5 and 8 solid. You're 5 and 9 plus 10 with me, and Ollie, you're 5 and 9 plus 15 now. So signals are up, whereas Goods has dropped away a little bit, and the band is beginning to get noisier because the bandscope's starting to come alive. Anyway, I can't stop. I have to go. I've got to go and do some dog sitting. Good to hear you, John, and you, Ollie, and Gunter, if you're still listening, 7-3, and have a lovely Sunday. Back round to you, John. G6AS.